Okay, we're back. The camera shut off. I didn't realize it. Jerry's driving. I don't know where we left off, so I'm just gonna go with how I'm feeling right now.
How about the left turn?
So I made the left turn, and she was like yelling at me. She's like, "Didn't you see that car?" or stuff. I was like, "Oh my God, I just blew it. I just blew it after another summer of driving and practicing." So from there I made a left turn and I was going, and then I made another left turn into like a street, and there was
I don't have to drive you anymore.
Me too. She taught me parallel park this car, and it was an ugly car. She said, "Please don't get too close to the car." So I was like, "Oh man, maybe she had a bad experience earlier today or something."
You're her first car.
Go figure. You don't know that. She could have been here at 9 a.m.
True.
So anyway, I line up with the car. I check all around me again. I put it in reverse first, and then I start backing up and stuff. And then I'm so far from the car that when I actually back up, I'm like at least 2 feet out from the car. So I'm like, I knew this was messed up. And I'm thinking like, hey, what point? She probably took up like maybe 15 points for in the intersection and 5 points for this, but everything else is solid. And I'm like, okay, I have a chance. So I pull out from the parallel park. Yes, I memorize the points because I know I'm trying to make sure that I don't mess up. I mean, I knew.
So if you mess up too much, yeah.
I mean, if I mess up and hit people, then that's definitely automatic failure. But I didn't screw anything else up, and I didn't hit anybody. So, yeah, make sure we have enough time.
Yeah.
So we go forward. I go to a stop sign. I make a right. I go straight. Make another right, and I stop at the stop sign. I did what Dad told me. Cover my brake, roll out, check as much as you can. Make sure you can see what's coming down the street before you go. So, I go and I make the right turn. She has me do a 3-point turn, which I think is good. It's good. I check and I see there's a car coming down the street, but I'm making sure that he's not coming towards me, and he wasn't, so I go for it. I check, I signal, I put the car in reverse this time. So I back up, and then I think I messed up a little when I went back a little too far so that my side view mirror was definitely not in the middle of the street. In fact, it was a little too far back. So, what the heck was I saying? The car was a little far back, but I kept going. I was good. I didn't freak out and choke. I was confident. And I was checking my rear view mirror. I was checking everything. And then I go forward, and she tells me to go make a left, and then I go back up to the road test where we all were, and then we're sitting there. I park and I have my hands on the steering wheel. I'm looking forward and I'm like so afraid. And she says, well, she unstraps. I'm like, that's not a good sign. And she says, sign this please. I'm like, oh my God. In my mind, I'm freaking out, and we're almost out of time. So I was like, oh my God, man. And I sat there and asked her a couple of questions about what happened in the intersection. She was like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. It's okay. But then she got out of the car and I look at Deanna, and Deanna shakes her head like, no. And I'm like,